Welcome back to Assassin's Creed Rebellion. Now, before we begin the next mission, which is, the pen and the sword, I actually kind of wanted to show people who may be watching this right now and going, wow, this looks really, really simple. Well, please remember, like I said, my clan rank is 50. You level that up by gaining experience by doing all the different missions. And my weapons, for instance, I'm not going to show you, I'll show you Aguilar. He's a good one to show. If you look at Aguilar, his sword alone does anywhere from 2.4k to 2.5k in damage and gives all those other bonuses as well. See, it's a lot. You actually get that as a final reward for beating the game for Aguilar. So it's a really, really awesome 5-tier legendary sword. So you saw most of the enemies are at 90. Let me show you a little bit of a comparison here. If I look at the armor shop and I would go to, say, make a sword for Aguilar. Let's look at what the tier 1 swords actually, I don't even know if I can do a tier 1 sword. Oh yes, I can. Tier 1 sword, either the bastard sword or the scimitar, you can see the damage is either 10 to 20 or 12 to 18 with either, the bastard sword having an armor or the lethality trait. So you can see the damage when you're fighting guys who are like 90 points or whatever, 90 hit points. You go, wow, I'm killing them in one shot. Well, yeah, my stuff is doing way, 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 way higher. But the enemies ramp up in difficulty as it goes up. So that's just something to keep in mind for anyone who watched the first couple missions and go, wow, it seems pretty simple. Well, yeah, I'm way over leveled for where I'm currently at. So that's sort of the issue. As the stuff goes up, especially you'll see towards the end of the storyline mission, or if I do any of the Helix Rift events, you'll see how the damage is ranked up as the enemies I fight are harder. So the pen and the sword requires me to assassinate a target as well as steal something. There is an optional chest. Aguilar's Journal Entry 3. We have struck a blow to the Inquisition's financial state in Murica by killing their corrupt merchant associate. While searching his accounting books, we noted numerous payments made to a scribe of the Inquisition. Surely this man exists to chronicle Torquemada's atrocities and secrets. He may have precious information that could help us in our struggle against the Templars. We'll go ahead and actually look at Gasper Donazo. Now, again, this character is a healing support character. You could see on the little trait wheel, he has heal and support. That is what he does. He increases the maximum number of health. He can poison enemies, but if you're fighting with this character, you're pretty much either on your last character or just doing it wrong. He's not meant to be a mainline fighter character. He's just not. He just doesn't do much damage, doesn't have a whole lot to do. He's really the guy of last resort. So Gasper Donazo started his life as a young medical student during the Renaissance, born of a modest merchant family near Seville. Blessed with the steady hands and a feather-like touch, he was able to stitch grievous injuries and set bones to mend with ease. He was sent to the academy at Madrid by his family, who had invested much of their fortune to pay for his tuition. It was his father's wish that Gasper to become a renowned doctor and to bring honor and wealth to his family's name. Once alone and away at school, however, Gasper became enamored with the nightlife of Madrid and took to drinking and debauchery, depleting his family's savings on dice and wine and women. During this time, he had also won the friendship of several local assassins, for whom he would, on occasion, bind a wound or stitch a cut. Dead broke and unable to complete his medical training due to his vices, Gasper was inevitably expelled from the academy. Unwilling to face his family's disappointment, he left school and sold his skills as a street doctor to the poor and sick. His assassin friends didn't forget about him, however. Seeing his predicament, they invited him to lend his talented hands to their cause. Gasper gladly accepted, and being a free spirit himself, he did everything he could to uphold the creed and support the Brotherhood. Again, not a frontline character, but what he brings to the table, he brings in support, not in mainline offense. So he will pretty much be the guy I use to support Beatrix rather than anything else. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and run Aguilar into this first room. We have two different options for assassination. One thing I want to note is I think they use the exact same skill. However, depending on the situation, it may be advantageous to pull someone away from another person so they don't alert and go through the window. But in this particular case, since he's the only one in here, I can go ahead and just do a stealth assassination. Here's another fun situation. There are sometimes shortcuts that you could take through the mission. As you can see right here, rather than going through 3 rooms, I'll probably only have to go through 2. But it requires me to break a door. So different characters have different bash skills. Normally, the people with the highest bash skills would be your fighters, because they're not really worried about stealth. They're a bit more brawny, and they can knock through. Being a little higher level, it looked like everyone had that skill, so it didn't really matter. I'm just going to use standard attacks. There's no reason to do otherwise. Oh, look, and there's a treasure chest for us to get. We'll just bash it like we normally do, get our money, and here's the opportunity once again to break a door. If we fail to break the door, we probably have to go up. Well, actually, we'd actually have to probably go all the way over here, climb up through here, down, and then up near the top again. But we'll be able to bash through this door easily. Oh, no, we failed just as I said that. All right, so now I go back to Aguilar because he's the one who has the movement skills. I'll get him to move up to where he needs. And we'll do a little stealth assassination master skill right here. Pull the guy over and pull him off the edge. Sometimes they will pull you up, and that could be a bit of a problem. Again, another easy assassination right there in the room. He had his back turned. It was good. All right, so this is exactly where I thought we were going to be left out. Right here on the top of this room. So you have this opportunity to move across. I will assassinate this gentleman. And I get the assassination down there as well. And now we're back where we need to go. We do have another opportunity. Once again, this ladder will either lead us down, so we have to fight through 2 more enemies, or we can attempt, once again, to bash through this door. I'm going to do that, because why wouldn't you want to try? There we are. So, in this particular case, if it were a higher ranked enemy, I would always use throwing knives first to get the initiative, but there's really not a point because of how high I am. So I'll just do the double strike and take him out. We took care of the scribe, and we will gather the letter. Inquisition activities in America, entry 67, March 1489. Inquisitor Ramirez has initiated our activity in Murcia, finding and burning heretics more aggressively, at Grand Inquisitor Torquemada's request. He has established a new stronghold in the province's outskirts, from which to direct our operations. And so completes Mission 3 of Assassin's Creed Rebellion. We'll go ahead and collect our reward.